Hello guys, here welcome back to AsorockvibesTV, and in today's video we are going to be discussing about the top 10 richest countries in the world 2020 by GDP. And as you all know, the richest countries by GDP are the countries with the largest economies in the world. So guys, without wasting much of your time, let's get right into today's video. But before then, if you are new to this channel or you have been watching our videos and you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell icon for notification so that each time we drop a new video, you are going to be among the first people to get notified. Please endeavor to give this video a thumbs up, and also please drop your thoughts in the comment section. The number 10 richest country in the world 2020 by GDP is Canada, with a nominal GDP of $1.73 trillion. Canada is a country in the northern part of North America with an estimated population of about 38 million people, covering an area of 9.98 million square kilometers, making it the second largest country. Talking about economy, Canada displaced Russia to take the 10th position in 2015 and has retained its position since then. Canada's nominal GDP is 1.73 trillion and it's expected to hit 2.13 trillion by 2023. Its nominal GDP per capita is $46,260 and it's ranked number 20th globally. The number 9th richest country in the world 2020 by GDP is Brazil, with a nominal GDP of $1.85 trillion. Brazil, officially the Federative Republic of Brazil, is the largest country in both South America and Latin America, with over 211 million people. Brazil is the 9th largest economy in the world. The nation that had been riding on commodity waves suffered multiple setbacks with the end of commodity super cycle, in addition to internal problems of corruption and political uncertainty. The country has a GDP by PPP of $3.37 trillion and a GDP per capita of $8,967. The number 8 richest country in the world 2020 by GDP is Italy, with a nominal GDP of $2.07 trillion. Italy, officially the Italian Republic, is a country consisting of a continental part delimited by the Alps and a peninsula surrounded by several islands. Italy has an estimated population of about 60 million people. With a nominal GDP of $2.07 trillion, Italy is the world's 8th largest economy. Its economy is expected to expand to $2.26 trillion by 2023. In terms of GDP by PPP, its economy is worth $2.40 trillion and it has a per capita GDP of $34,260. The primary exports from Italy are oil and mineral fuels, iron and steel, precious stones and metals, gold and coffee. The number 7th richest country in the world 2020 is France, with a nominal GDP of $2.78 trillion. France is a country located in Western Europe with an estimated population of 66.9 million people. France, the most visited country in the world, is the 3rd largest economy of Europe and the 7th in the world, with a nominal GDP of $2.78 trillion. Its GDP in terms of purchasing power parity is around $3 trillion. The country offers a high standard of living to its people as reflected in its GDP per capita of $42,877. France is the world's 6th largest agricultural producer and the 2nd largest agricultural exporter after the United States. The manufacturing sector is primarily dominated by the chemical industry, automotive and the armament industries. 6th richest country in the world 2020 is United Kingdom, with a nominal GDP of $2.83 trillion. The United Kingdom, made up of England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, is an island nation in northwestern Europe. with an estimated population of about 66.6 million people. The United Kingdom, with a 2.83 trillion US dollar nominal GDP, is the sixth largest economy in the world. When compared in terms of GDP by purchasing power parity, UK slips to the 9th spot with a GDP by PPP of 3.04 trillion US dollar. It ranks 23rd in terms of GDP per capita, which is 42,558 US dollar. The economy of the UK is primarily driven by the service sector, which contributes more than 75% of its GDP, with manufacturing the second prominent segment, followed by agriculture. 60% of the UK's food need is produced domestically, even though less than 2% of its labor force is employed in the sector. The number 5 richest country in the world 2020 is India, with a nominal GDP of 2.94 trillion US dollar. India is a country in South Asia. It is the second most populous country in the world and the 7th largest country by land area, with an estimated population of about 1.3 billion people. India is the fastest growing trillion-dollar economy in the world and the 5th largest overall, with a nominal GDP of 2.94 trillion US dollar. India's high population drags its nominal GDP per capita down to $2,170. The primary exports from India are petroleum products, gems and jewels, drug formulation, spices, tea, coffee, tobacco, and several others. The 4th richest country in the world by GDP 2020 is Germany, with a nominal GDP of 4 trillion US dollar. Germany is a Western Europe country with an estimated population of about 83 million people. Germany is not just Europe's largest economy but the strongest. On global scale, it is the 4th largest economy in terms of nominal GDP, with a $4 trillion GDP. The size of its GDP in purchasing power parity is 4.44 trillion, while its GDP per capita is $46,560, which is the 15th largest in the world. The primary exports from Germany are petroleum gas, refined petroleum, iron fastener, aluminium, and several others. The number 3 richest country in the world 2020 by GDP is Japan, with a nominal GDP of 5.15 trillion US dollar. Japan is an island country in Eastern Asia, located at the Northwest Pacific Ocean, with an estimated population of about 127 million people. Japan is the 3rd largest economy in the world, with a GDP crossing 5 trillion mark in 2019. Japan slips to the 4th position when GDP is measured in terms of PPP. Japan has a GDP by PPP of 5.75 trillion US dollar, while its GDP per capita is 40,850 US dollar, which is number 29th biggest in the world. The major exports from Japan are metals, vehicles and vehicles parts, integrated circuits, industrial printers, and several others. The number 2 richest country in the world 2020 by GDP is China, with a nominal GDP of 14.14 trillion US dollar. China is a country located in East Asia with a population of about 1.4 billion people. Back in 1980, China was the 7th largest economy with a GDP of 305 billion US dollar, while USA then was 2.86 trillion US dollar. Since it initiated market reforms in 1978, the Asian giant has seen an economic growth averaging 10% annually. In terms of GDP in purchasing power parity, China is the largest economy, with a GDP by purchasing power parity of 25.27 trillion US dollar. But its huge population brings down its GDP per capita to just $10,000, which is at number 78th position in the world. The primary exports from China are mobile phones, laptops, computers and electric appliances, processed petroleum oil, and many more. And the richest country in the world 2020 by GDP is United States with a nominal GDP of 22.32 trillion US dollar. The United States has retained its position of being the world's largest economy since 1871. The size of the US economy was at 20.58 trillion US dollars in 2018 in nominal terms, and currently it's at 22.32 trillion US dollar. The US is often referred to as the economic superpower, and that is because the economy constitutes almost a quarter of the global economy, backed by advanced infrastructures, technology, and an abundance of natural resources. The US has a GDP per capita of $62,794 as at 2020. The primary exports from USA are food, beverages, crude oil, fuel and other petroleum, civilian aircraft and aircraft engine, auto parts, passenger cars, pharmaceutical and several others. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. You are the best, and see you next time. Please guys, give this video a thumbs up, and also please make sure you drop your thoughts in the comment section. What do you feel about this video? Which country is your favorite country among all the countries I've mentioned? Also, please guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell icon so that each time I drop a new video, you are going to be among the first people to get notified. So guys, see you next time. Peace, I'm out.